Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to the Andrew Tate Show, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We've got a great show for you guys today. We're going to be covering the Houston Texans finalizing a trade for Bills star Stefon Diggs. We'll also be talking about the Chiefs and Royals to explore options after blowout loss on a sales tax vote in Kansas City. And we'll also be discussing a little bit about what's going on with the Kelsey brothers. And then since it's Thursday, we have our special rendition of Thirsty Thursdays, which will be a little bit different next week.
Do I just jump in here on this one?
Let me do the tips thing.
All right, do it. Okay.
Yeah. So, but before we start the show, guys, I'd like to ask that you like and follow the show. We get a number of questions from viewers that come in during the show. So to ensure that your question gets read on the air, I ask that you use the tips and donation link with your question. That link is gsmcpodcast.net. This puts your question at the top of the list so that I can see it, and it just also really helps the show. So.
Hey, Miss Faith.
Yes.
So this morning, everyone, when Faith and I were having conversations before the show. Yeah. Mm-hmm. First, we were talking about we're having all these crazy dreams.
Yeah.
Last night, I woke up in the middle of the night thinking I was working on an advertising campaign, and woke up, thought I needed to go eat, and in my dream, I'm getting up to go eat. I go to my kitchen, I get a baguette, I bring it back to the bed, and I'm eating. And then I kind of wake up midway through as I'm working on the baguette. So I don't sleepwalk. So I was kind of awake and sleep at the same time, while all the same time eating a baguette.
Yeah.
So that is bizarre.
And I had my first nightmare about Tate yesterday. I was late in my dream. I was late for our production meeting, and I logged on to our Zoom, and Tate was just like really mean to me on the Zoom. And I was taking a nap before our production meeting yesterday, and I like shot up and was like really scared that I was late, and it was like 2 hours before the meeting was even.
I don't like people. Being late is a giant no-no to me.
Yeah.
And so I didn't mean to torture Faith on this one, but being on time is important. But
and I'm always on time, and so I was scared that I was late.
Then, poor Faith, we decided to do Thirsty Thursdays. The concept of Thirsty Thursday is people doing desperate things to get someone, to get the woman, or to get the guy, or the stalker-esque woman. Things like that. So poor Faith starts looking up Thirsty Thursday, and I guess she went down the wrong rabbit hole or something.
Word of advice: do not search the word thirsty on Reddit unless that is what you're looking for, because you're gonna get some stuff that you weren't expecting to see. So
Faith was today. She comes to the meeting. She's a little frazzled, and she's like, "We got to do something about this Thirsty Thursday thing." And then she goes explaining to me that thirsty may mean a little something more than what I think thirsty is. Thirsty is like hard up, desperate.
I think I was just getting a lot of explicit thirst traps is what I was getting. I don't know if you know what thirst. Yeah,
no,
that's
I
what
definitely.
I was
that's the whole. That's why it's Thirsty Thursday. All the thirst traps and things of that nature.
I was getting too explicit, in my opinion, thirst traps when it was on Reddit. So
I don't even understand how it goes down that hole, because even when you think about thirst traps or thirsty and all of that, I don't think the direction that went down with you, which is crazy.
I don't know. And that, like, before yesterday I didn't even have a Reddit, so I don't know how I ended up on that side of Reddit. I don't even have a Reddit. So I don't know.
Wow. Yeah, so we're gonna think about how we're gonna do Thursday because we're not going that Thursday.
Yeah. Faith
So
doesn't want to go down that rabbit hole again.
yes, we're not gonna go that direction, but we're gonna do something for Thursday, just maybe not to that level.
Yeah. So I did find, I think, what is somewhat goes along with our original idea for today, but it may be different next week. So we'll see.
Okay. And speaking of thirsty and acquiring something, this is me trying to do this. The Houston Texans acquired a superstar.
Yes, they did.
Things are going to be like, what the heck are you talking about now?
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Always a consummate professional here. You got to bring it around.
Yeah. All right. So with that, yes, the Houston Texans are finalizing a trade for Bills star Stefon Diggs. The Texans made a major move on Wednesday, trading for Buffalo Bills star receiver Stefon Diggs. The Buffalo Bills traded four-time Pro Bowler wide receiver Stefon Diggs to the Houston Texans for a draft pick compensation on Wednesday. The Bills received a 2025 second-round pick via the Minnesota Vikings in exchange for Diggs, a 2024 sixth-round pick, number 189 overall, and a 2025 fifth-round selection. The Texans acquired the pick from the Vikings when they traded their 2024 first-round pick to Minnesota last month. The trade came days after Diggs responded, "You sure?" to a social media user declaration that he wasn't essential to Bills quarterback Josh Allen's success. The trade for Diggs comes on the heels of the reconstructing of offensive tackle Titus Howard's contract, a move that many believed laid the groundwork for the Texans to make a major splash in the trade or free agency markets. Now that theory has come to fruition, with Diggs landing in Houston alongside what was already shaping up to be an extremely dangerous offense. When completed, the deal will give the Texans one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL, with rookie sensation C.J. Stroud and the help quarterback Joe Mixon at running back, Brevin Jordan and Dalton Schultz at tight end, and the young duo of Nico Collins and Tank Dell as the other receivers.
Okay, first off, I was really surprised by this. I wasn't expecting this. This came out of nowhere. It happened after I found out it after the show. Mm-hmm. So we would have broke in and started talking about this during the show, but
right.
We didn't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
I am a bit surprised by this, even though I knew that Diggs wasn't overly happy to be in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought he was too valuable for for them to move on. I think I'm going to talk about the Buffalo Bills first and then the Texans. This to me signals a restart for the Buffalo Bills. A lot of people may disagree with me on this one and still look at the Buffalo Bills as a Super Bowl contender, but I do not. If you think about this, it took the Buffalo Bills all the way to the last game of the year to make the playoffs and win the division last year. And they needed help. They needed the Jaguars to lose and some other things to happen in order for them to get in, and those things happened. They could have easily missed the playoffs last year. During the offseason, they didn't get better. They got worse. Mm-hmm. The crazy thing is they got rid of their all-world wide receiver, and now they're incredibly thin at wide receiver, and they're going to have to go out and find or draft a brand new wide receiver. So they're going to be in the hunt for wide receiver. The AFC East, I think, is totally up for grabs. Buffalo, they're going to be there. The Jets have a real shot. Not so much the Patriots. I mean, but that division is totally up for grabs. So I look at that and I'm just like, I don't know if I'm Buffalo, if I'm doing this. I don't know if I'm doing this move because it brought them back to the pack. The Jets are up and coming with Aaron Rodgers coming back healthy. It's an older team, but they're in that win now mode. Uh, and so you look around and I don't know. I don't understand what they were thinking. Give me 1 second. I wanted to make sure. Uh, just trying to, and then I couldn't think of the other team. The Dolphins are right there as well. So when the cream of the crop, it's like the Jets, the Dolphins, the Bills, that's anyone's division now. Um, yeah, I went brain dead on the Miami Dolphins for some reason. Could not think of the Miami Dolphins to save my life. So that I mean, when I look at that, I put them back a step behind the Dolphins uh now in the Jets. Now, the Texans. This is a heck of a move for the Texans. The Texans are stacked everywhere. They go in. CJ Stroud came on out of nowhere. I didn't know he was going to be rookie of the year and just set the NFL world on fire. And this is what a good organization. I once upon a time, just a couple years ago, I thought they were a dumpster fire. Now they're acting like an elite organization. They got their star quarterback, and then they're putting weapons around him. Solid offensive line, receivers, three solid receivers. That's the thing that makes it crazy. And then they also have Dalton Schultz, which I am a huge Dalton Schultz fan. I think he has the ability to break out and become an elite tight end. I look around and Joe Mixon's in the backfield. They got him through free agency. They made some moves on defense. Right now, I went from looking at the Texans as maybe an up and coming team to, is it crazy to look at them as possibly one step behind the Kansas City Chiefs, if not maybe even ahead of the Kansas City Chiefs? I know a lot of people have put them behind the Chiefs, and you have to put the Chiefs as a top choice. But if you look at the Chiefs, they got hot at the right time, but as a whole, they struggled and was kind of like a step back a little bit last year. Their step back is still winning the Super Bowl, which is when you got Patrick Mahomes. But CJ Strauss is coming. So looking at this right now, you have to say, still give Kansas City one, the Texans two, the Baltimore Ravens three, 49ers four, as the four best teams in the league, or maybe the 49ers three, Ravens four. The Texans have improved that much. Where they were weak once, they are strong. Now Diggs, this how he performs this year, I think, is super important. This could be a long-term solution or a short-term solution. If Diggs comes out and performs like he normally does, and this could be a great situation. Diggs had his contract, had his money, and in the end, it seemed like Buffalo just wanted to get rid of him. They didn't even get a draft pick for this year. They got draft picks for next year. He wasn't happy. They were talking about, is it Diggs that made the quarterback, or did the quarterback make Diggs? Well, Diggs wasn't happy in Minnesota, and he got his way out of Minnesota, and he went to Buffalo. He's not happy in Buffalo, and now he's with the Texans. One time's a fluke, twice is a concern. If it's a third time, it becomes fact that he can't get along wherever he goes. I know a lot of people aren't talking about that, but that's the reason why he left Minnesota. He wasn't happy. The main reason why Buffalo and them are parting is he's not happy. He's getting his money. It's not a situation where it's like, hey, I want to get my money. I think he got about a $95 million contract. So he's getting his money, but still not happy. Josh Allen's numbers went through the roof with Diggs. And Diggs was a big part of why Josh Allen took off to the level that he's at. Josh Allen kind of went back a little bit this year, and now he's not going to have Diggs. I'm very curious to see what happens with Josh Allen now that he's lost his main weapon. That's kind of my take on this whole thing. It makes an interesting start to the NFL season. If like thinking on a fantasy football level, man, I'm CJ Strauss is definitely someone you want fantasy wise. Diggs, Mixon, all those guys. I'm the Texans. I'm very high on the Texans. And I am absolutely selling the Buffalo Bills. I wouldn't draft Josh Allen high. I know we don't normally talk fantasy, but I'm just saying Josh Allen, who is normally a very high-end, high-pick quarterback, no, not for me. I would definitely let him pass. So that's my take.
So you don't think, that it was a good move for the Bills to let Stefon Diggs go then?
I definitely think not if they're looking at things and saying, we're trying to make it to the Super Bowl this year, because that is not a move of a team that's trying to get to the Super Bowl, especially how they got to the playoffs this year. Barely getting into the playoffs, that losing a weapon of that caliber doesn't make you an even better team. It makes you less of a team. Losing your quarterback's number one weapon doesn't make you a better team. So no, I do not like Buffalo this year because of this move. Strictly, I wasn't very high on Buffalo in general after the way they ended the year. And then to see them start losing weapons on top of that makes me even less me taking the Bills long term or for contending for a Super Bowl. If I'm ranking the AFC East now, I got the Dolphins 1, the Jets 2, Buffalo 3, New England 4. That's kind of how I have it ranked. And, I have the Texans, their division. I have them ahead of the Jaguars, and I got them in the head of the Jaguars and the Colts. I got them winning that division quite handedly now. So that's kind of the way I look at it.
Alrighty. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this move. This was a surprise. It's tough when you do the early morning show and then you see a move
all
like
the
this
news comes out,
and it's like, oh man, I want to talk about this, but you have to wait and be patient and then have a dream, eat a baguette, and then come to work.
Oh, mercy. Alrighty, guys. Well, with that, we are going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about the Chiefs and the Royals to explore options after the blowout loss on sales tax vote in Kansas City. So make sure you guys stick around, and we will be back in a minute.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign. A sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign. A sign. I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Alrighty guys, welcome back. Earlier we were talking about the Houston Texans finalizing a trade for Bills star Stefon Diggs, and now we're going to be talking about the Chiefs and the Royals to explore options after blowout loss on sales tax vote in Kansas City. But before we do that, I just want to remind you guys to like and follow the show. We get a number of questions from viewers that come in during the show, so to ensure that your question gets read on the air, I ask that you use the tips and donation link with your question. That link is gsmcpodcast.net. This just puts your question at the top of the list so that I can see it, and it also really helps the show. So,
Right.
Tate says I look mean today. Do I look mean?
You had this serious look on your face during break. You were like, you had your game face on.
My game face on?
Maybe,
That's just I got
maybe
RBF.
not
That's
mean.
what it is.
No, never. No. You got that.
RBF.
You're just like, I'm focused.
I'm focused. Yes.
Yeah, I can definitely see you got things on your mind today.
Well, I mean, with the whole thing that happened this morning, I was stressed out with that, and then I got some school stuff that I got to do after this. So
yeah, so leading more on this whole thing was, so she decided that she'd take care of some of the Thursday stuff this morning. So working on a deadline, and she can't find anything that is not under NC-17, let's just say, right?
anything that's appropriate for the show, yeah.
Right. So I can totally tell, like, her blood pressure went up a couple of ticks.
Yeah.
It's so obvious to me. It's a stressful job around here.
Yep. The pleasures of working with Faith. You get to see all the highs and the lows of her.
No, you are awesome. It's just, I would not recommend that you take on becoming a professional poker player, because you see a lot of your emotions. You see that.
I don't even know really how to play poker anyway, so
I'm pretty good at poker.
I'm not.
Poker's been good to me over the years. So, all right.
Alrighty. So, the Chiefs and the Royals are going to explore options after the blowout loss on the sales tax vote in Kansas City. The Chiefs have been playing in Kansas City since 1963, but there's now a chance that the team could be on the move at some point in the future after a sales tax in Jackson County, Missouri was shot down by voters on Tuesday. If the sales tax had passed, the money would have been used to help pay for some major renovations at Arrowhead Stadium, along with a new downtown stadium for the Kansas City Royals, but instead the two teams will have to look elsewhere for financial help after the ballot measure was resoundingly shot down by a margin of 58.1% to 41.9%. 78,352 people voted against the tax, while only 56,606 voted for it. The sales tax is currently in place through 2031. In Tuesday's vote, we're asking the people of Jackson County to extend the tax through 2064. Good Lord. With the ballot measure failing, the future of the Chiefs is now up in the air. Team president Mark Donovan had said in mid-March that relocation would be on the table if the sales tax got voted down.
Relocation.
Relocation,
right?
yeah.
Okay, I was like, what?
Relocation. My apologies. He said, I think they would have to include leaving Kansas City. Donovan said of the team's options if the vote fails. Donovan didn't have much to add after the vote on Tuesday, except to say that the Chiefs were disappointed with the outcome. We respect the process. The process. We respect the decision of the Jackson County voters. We're disappointed. We feel we put forth the best offer for Jackson County. We are ready to extend the long-standing partnership that the teams have enjoyed with this county. This is important. We will do and look to do what is best in the best interest of our fans and our organization as we move forward. The Chiefs recently unveiled plans for an $800 million renovation at Arrowhead Stadium that would upgrade almost everything. Not only would parking and tailgating improve, but the team would also planning to add in new video boards and better luxury amenities, including new club areas in the end zone. The Chiefs were also looking to construct a 360-degree concourse that would allow fans to finally navigate the entire stadium while sitting in the upper deck. And the Chiefs were planning to foot $300 million of the renovated bill, but the rest of the money was expected to come from the extension of the 3/8 of a cent sales tax that got voted down. So,
okay. These are always very touchy conversations because first you have the whole feeling of owners of teams expect the cities to pay for their stadium,
right,
and have it as luxurious as they can possibly be so that the owners can make more money. And that is always a tough thing to come out on, on the side of the owners. But then I look at this whole thing and I look at the city of Kansas City and I'm like, I could not imagine Kansas City Chiefs playing somewhere else. I'm surprised that it got shut down and it lost because of the fact that you can't do better than what Kansas City has done. The Chiefs, Super Bowl after Super Bowl, megastar quarterback, celebrity tied in with a celebrity girlfriend. You have it all. And the fans absolutely love the Chiefs. And the fact that the city voted it down is surprising. I thought this would be an easy win. And when I start thinking about these same conversations that come up going back a ways, I remember when Cleveland didn't approve their stadium thing didn't pass. And eventually the Browns moved to Baltimore. I remember the Raiders, same thing, just recently moving to Las Vegas. The St. Louis Rams, their neighboring city, moving to Los Angeles. You see this happen quite often. When these measures do not pass, teams get very serious about moving. And I just cannot see Kansas City moving. But then again, I couldn't see the Rams moving back to Los Angeles, but it happened. And when you look at teams like the Chargers moving because their measure didn't pass, and them moving, and these teams ended up in better situations. The Raiders leaving Oakland is a financial windfall. The Raiders are one of the most wealthiest teams in football now. The Rams are one of the most wealthiest teams in football. And you look at the Chiefs, and they could be looking at these other teams and saying, you know what, if we can't get our stadium the way we want, we're going to pack up and go. It's a little scary when you think about the city of Kansas City. You think of the Kings. I mean, not the Kings, but the Chiefs. And I couldn't imagine it being any other way. What do you think about that as someone, and looking at the fact that stadium people are asking the people of the city to pay for their stadiums and to make it, upgrades and everything else. And then also take into account that when the NFL report cards came out, the owner of the Kansas City Chiefs was rated one of the lowest rating owners in football. And is it the owner? Is it, it's such a touchy thing, because if they don't do the upgrades, could they leave? I think it's possible. Teams are looking for greener pastures because they want more money. What do you think of that?
I think probably a big reason why the vote was no is because of the fact that the Chiefs were planning to foot 300 million, and then these taxpayers were expected to pay the rest, which would be about 500 million. So me looking at this, I would be pretty upset if the Chiefs, who want to renovate their stadium, are expecting taxpayers to pay more than half of the cost for the renovation, and they're only going to be footing 300 million. I feel like that's part of the reason why the answer was no. Can I see Kansas City moving somewhere else? I don't know. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. You think about
they belong in Kansas City.
I can't hear the St. Louis Chiefs. That just doesn't sound good.
And that's because, yeah, it takes you time to get used to. It's like the Las Vegas Raiders. It just feels wrong.
Yeah.
But what you're talking about, every major city has this issue going on. And some owners don't want to pay anything. It should be up to the city to upgrade their stadium, and they don't want to put in so much. The alternative is this, though. You could be sitting there like San Diego, or Oakland, or the Seattle Supersonics, without a basketball team, without an NFL team, which means so much to the city. And you're watching your team pack up and leave because you won't fix up their stadium. But that's kind of like someone coming and saying, listen, I want my house fixed up. I want new windows. I want a new kitchen. I want new lighting. I want everything new. And if the city doesn't pay for it, I'm moving. It would never you know what I mean? That would never fly. But for a sports franchise, that's what happens. It's not right. I don't think it's right at all. But right and reality sometimes are two different things.
Yeah.
And the reality is, if the city of Kansas City doesn't do it, there's a city out there that will. Look at Las Vegas. Vegas was like, Oakland, you don't want to build them a stadium? No problem. We'll build them the most luxurious stadium we can find. You understand? St. Louis, Missouri, you don't want to build the Rams a stadium? We'll build the most expensive stadium ever known in American sports. We'll do it. We'll build the stadium. And what happened? Vegas got the Raiders, and St. Louis packed up and went back to Los Angeles. San Diego's like, hey, there's this great stadium already in Los Angeles. The people of San Diego don't want to pay to fix up our stadium. We'll rent space in Los Angeles, and we'll move to Los Angeles. It's happening. That's reality. Is it right? It is not right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tough. The only place that don't have to deal with this is the Green Bay Packers, because the city owns the team.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only one that doesn't have this. And I feel like I wish there was something that could be done where there was some type of rule that standard, let's say it's a 50-50 partnership where all stadiums, all upgrades need to be half owner, half city,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. But it's not that way. And owners know this, that if you don't, there's someone that will. Think about that. Imagine, it doesn't apply for college sports, but imagine if Georgia Bulldogs threaten, if Athens, Georgia don't build us a new stadium, we're moving to Mobile, Alabama. It just doesn't even sound right.
Yeah.
But that's what happens in professional sports, and it does happen. Teams will pack up and go. So these cities that may not have the money, or they're already feel like they've been taxed for years on this already, they want to extend it to when? 2067 or something like that, can you say?
2064.
20. Okay, so I'm 3 years off. 2064.
Yeah.
People are like, you know what? These rich owners, these rich players are getting hundreds of millions of dollars. These owners are getting billions of dollars. Why can't they build their own stadium?
Mm-hmm.
But these owners know if you don't, someone else will. So these cities are held up and they have no say.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to happen. Or the Royals and the Chiefs will leave.
Mm-hmm.
There will be a compromise. There will be another ballot for the next election, and it better pass, or you're gonna start hearing real talk about teams packing up and leaving, because mm-hmm. it happens every single time. Every city that has stood their ground and said, no more, we're not building you a stadium. Every one of them, those teams ended up packing up. So that's a tough thing. What do I know I use the Georgia Bulldogs because you go to Georgia and you're a big Georgia fan, but it's the same thing.
Yes.
You love the Bulldogs. It seems impossible that they could pack up and just leave.
Mm-hmm.
Just like if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, or you're a St. Louis Rams fan, or God forbid, it was the St. Louis Cardinals. They moved to Arizona. They got the Rams. The city's like, nope, we're not doing it for you. See you later, St. Louis. We're moving on. We're gonna move to Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. These teams pack up and they will leave.
Yeah.
And people can't even picture the city without the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
But it can happen.
Yeah.
And if they don't fix that stadium up, it will happen.
Mm-hmm.
Just seems wrong.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
But they got the Kelce's.
Speaking of the Kansas City Chiefs, when we come back, we're going to be talking a little bit about the Kelce brothers. And Travis Kelce is on the Kansas City Chiefs still right now.
Yes.
So, guys, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back in a minute.
Looking for your daily fix of sports talk without having to pay for it? GSMC Sports Network is available on YouTube. Just search GSMC Sports Network. Get your fix of daily sports talk shows on YouTube, absolutely free. NFL, college football, NBA, MLB, MMA, UFC, fantasy football, and so much more. GSMC Sports Network has shows running all day long, with new sports shows starting every 2 hours. Just like on your favorite cable sports channel, except GSMC Sports Network is absolutely free. Just search GSMC Sports Network on YouTube to catch one of your new favorite shows, like the GSMC College Football Podcast, Chip Shot Football Podcast, Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, GSMC Basketball Podcast, and so many more. Check it out for yourself. GSMC Sports Network, now available on YouTube absolutely free. Search GSMC Sports Network on YouTube right now.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Earlier, we were talking about the Chiefs and the Royals to explore options after a blowout loss on sales tax vote in Kansas City. And now we're going to talk a little bit about the Kelce brothers and what's going on with them right now. If you don't know, and I feel like you live under a rock if you don't know, but Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are still going strong. It was a sloth. Okay. It's so hard to see that little emoji on the tiny little Tay likes to send me random emojis sometimes. Anyway, so the Kelce brothers. So Travis Kelce, who recently won his third Super Bowl, is enjoying his life to the fullest. During an exclusive interview with People magazine, the tight end revealed that he is happiest than ever and is oozing life. Winning the Super Bowl is what every NFL player aims for, and the Kansas City tight end has done it thrice. He achieved this feat amid his new romance with Taylor Swift, sharing sweet moments with the pop star on camera. The 34-year-old is over the moon with the achievement, with his recent happy vacation with pop star girlfriend adds the cherry on top. So, while being surrounded by cheering fans, the American football star shared an on-field kiss with Swift during his second consecutive Super Bowl following a close championship match against the San Francisco 49ers. Kelce feels like someone who is all the way full. He told People, "I am oozing with life." Kelce is savoring all opportunities he is getting following the Vince Lombardi Trophy.
Vince Lombardi Trophy. That's a Super Bowl
Okay.
trophy. I got you covered.
He told People, "It's just so much fun getting into when you win the Super Bowl, all those doors open. So I've been going through all these doors open. The American football star is in all praise for the ones who got him there, while he continues to experience life with new faces." Also, Travis Kelce will be attending the Taylor Swift's Era Tour. Kelce will be heading towards Europe to support his girlfriend this summer on the Eras Tour. This is not the first time he will be support Swift on her tour. He also accompanied her in Argentina, Australia, and Singapore previously. And the two recently enjoyed a romantic vacation on the Harbor Islands in the Bahamas. The singer and the player first sparked the romance when the Love Story singer was seen cheering her now confirmed boyfriend at a home game at Missouri's Arrowhead Stadium in September of 2023. Since then, it's all been going well between the two. And we'll touch on Jason after we talk about this a little bit.
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone should look at Travis Kelce. Write down, take some notes, write this down.
Yeah.
In ink, not pencil, no eraser. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. And what I mean by that is, you see this all the time. You got the superstar guy. He's on top of the world, and you see the woman on his shoulder over there. She got his back. And she's right there with him. And that is not something, that's not such a rarity to see. But what is awesome is she came out, supported him, went to all the games, flew from Japan to the Super Bowl to make sure she was there to support her man. It's kind of expected sometimes. Not mean to sound sexist, but when you're used to seeing that. What you're not used to seeing is the guy.
I know. I'm impressed.
Going
honestly.
all out. Right. You know what I mean? The guy is going all out to support his girl, showing up at concerts, running up on stage, throwing the big old kiss to her, going on tour with her, going on these romantic getaways. He's handling his business.
This is an adult, healthy relationship right here.
It is.
Y'all take notes.
See, you agree. Write
Yes.
this down in ink. This is
Yes.
not a write down in pencil situation.
Yeah.
Your girl is supporting you. You
gotta
support your girl as well.
Yep.
And it feels like equal. It doesn't feel lopsided. It's not like, well, she supports me 100%. I support her on the 75 level. You know, no, he's flying across the country, across the world, from Europe to Asia. He's doing all the things he's supposed to do. That's what I think a healthy relationship looks like. They're going out, they're doing things together. She's going above and beyond by, no one would have thought bad of her, been like, listen, she has her concert in Tokyo. She can't make the Super Bowl.
I disagree with that.
I'm just saying they're on that's my whole point. My point is they're on opposite sides of the world. A lot of people would have understood, like, man, she would have loved to have been there. She's watching the game, put up some social media of her in front of the TV, just cheering her her boyfriend on. Don't want to put no ring on it quite yet. And I think it would have been a pass. But no, she got on a plane, flew 24 hours to make the Super Bowl, was there cheering him on, and he's returning the favor. And it doesn't feel like, well, since she did that, I have no choice. It feels like, hey, I want to do this. Now, I don't know either one of them. And that doesn't normally happen, especially if you're the man who is a megastar. You understand what I mean? It's different.
She's a megastar too.
No. That's not my point is, normally when you're a male megastar, it's always the woman's in the background. You know what I mean? They're used to, hey, the woman is catering to their needs. That's what I mean by it's more rare to see that superstar. They're used to somebody taking care of them. He's taking care of her needs. She's taking care of his needs. They're working together as it seems like they're working together as a team. And I think it's pretty awesome. I really like it. Now I know Taylor Swift, big time singer, but I'd be singing a Beyonce song. I'd be putting a ring on that sucker. I mean, she's you know what I mean? There's not a few levels. There's not too many levels above Taylor Swift. Both of them are, up there right now. So, and talk about, here you go. The Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce brought to you by, Netflix. Everyone's tuning into Netflix. I may be putting that on pay-per-view, that wedding. But I think it's awesome. I do think it's awesome. I love how, and like I said, we are outsiders looking in. But I love how that man is handling this business. Not a lot of you don't understand the male ego sometimes. And you kind of see a lot of times the male ego, and I don't mean to throw shade at this person, but Simone Biles' husband and how that all went down, where it's kind of like, well, I didn't even know who she was. Maybe I'm the man. You know what I mean? And it looked really bad. I felt like, and he got a lot of heat because sometimes a guy, especially when you're a superstar, that ego gets out of control. I don't see the egos playing a role here. And I thought, I love that. And it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen, if one's a superstar and one's not, or they're both superstars. both people in a relationship should always work hard to support each other. And this is why I say you need to write this down in ink, because there's not a lot of this. The guys are a lot of times expect the woman to, stand by my man. But there's no stand by my woman song out there. You know what I mean? So I love this.
I'm sorry,
this is awesome.
But if you're dating Taylor Swift, you are Taylor. Like, I know Travis Kelce, big football star, whatever, but Taylor Swift is like a global pop star. Like, everybody in the entire world listens to Taylor Swift. She is a global pop star. She got, in 1 year, she's on Forbes billionaire list. If you're dating Taylor Swift, you're Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
I don't know that one I don't agree with. That I do think there's different levels to the game.
Right, I'm saying,
and she's way more popular, more famous. But I get where you're coming from.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Travis Kelce is also very popular and is a well-known name too. So obviously, everybody knows Travis Kelce too. But I'm saying, like, in the past with some of her boyfriends, it was just kind of like, oh, it's Taylor Swift's boyfriend,
Yeah, well, and that's one of the things. I have known a few people who are pretty famous over the years, and that's one of the hardest things for some women who are single, is because it hurts that guy's ego a little bit. Hey, you're so-and-so's boyfriend. You're behind the scenes. She's up front. Guys are used to being up front, and sometimes their ego can get the best of them and blow up a relationship strictly because his girl is the one that's getting all the spotlight. His girl is the one that's famous. That has blown up so many relationships over the years. That's what I'm talking about with Kelce handling his business, is the fact that he's okay with his level of fame, and he's okay with her fame as well. And it doesn't take the luster off of either one of them. They're this becoming the celebrity power couple that everyone's looking at. And you don't see the ego getting involved. That's what I love about this. So interesting. Didn't mean to take up too much time on this one, because we got a little bit more to go to.
Yeah. All right, so moving on from Travis Kelce, we now are going to be talking a little bit about Jason Kelce. So apparently Jason Kelce was approached by the WWE to appear at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia this weekend, with the event held at the Eagles' home venue of Lincoln Financial Field. Jason Kelce has reportedly been approached by WWE. Yeah, I already said that. Okay. The two-night event, which is WWE's biggest annual showcase, will take place at the Eagles' home stadium in Lincoln Financial Field on Saturday and Sunday night. Kelce's bombastic personality has led some to believe, including longtime wrestler The Miz, the former Philadelphia offensive lineman, would be a great fit with the WWE, although he has never formally appeared for the company. WrestleMania has brought in outside stars to compete at the event in the past, such as Shaquille O'Neal, Lawrence Taylor, and Snoop Dogg. Really, I had no idea. That's crazy. Kelce now has the chance to join that list. Kelce retired from the NFL last month, but is one of the most popular Eagle players of all time. Kelce appeared at a WWE show, has been floated recently for SummerSlam, the company's second biggest annual show, which the year takes place at Cleveland Browns Stadium.
Okay. Now,
interesting.
What? Go ahead. Let me hear you. Go ahead.
That would be interesting to see Jason Kelce in the WWE.
I think it'd be awesome. It's every year WrestleMania is their big Super Bowl. That's their big one. And this may be the biggest one of them all. The Rock has come back, and he's the bad guy this time. He's with Roman Reigns, who's on this epic run. Everyone's in love with Cody Rhodes. You know, you have this huge storyline going on with The Rock, Cody, Roman Reigns, and the bloodline, and it's awesome. Just this past weekend, set a attendance record. It's been this whole run has been setting massive attendance records, and they're expecting this one could be like the greatest WrestleMania of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And then the jovial Kelsey just walks in there. I don't even know how you bring him in. You mix him in, make him a special guest referee, have him come hit Roman Reigns over the head with a chair, pimp slap The Rock. I don't know how you do it, but it's in Philadelphia. Jason, he's a Philadelphia icon.
Mm-hmm.
Just retired. He is loved in the city. And then the fact that WrestleMania is going to be in Philadelphia, it's a match made in heaven. I think it's going to happen. He's showing up some way, somehow. He's going to be at ringside. He's going to be there in front row seats, and someone's going to fall over by him. They're going to push him. He's going to push them. He's going to jump in, slam somebody, and cost them a match. He's getting in there. I think it's going to happen.
I feel like Jason Kelsey right now is like the new Where's Waldo, because I feel like he's just popping up in like the most random places now since he's retired. Like, it's just so funny to me, and he seems like a great guy, a big goofball. Because I remember, was it the Super Bowl or the playoff game? Anyway, it was him like with his shirt off and
exactly
in the box with his double fist in his beer. It was great. I think it would be a great fit for Jason Kelsey to appear at WrestleMania. I think that would be awesome, honestly.
Listen, the main event's bloodline rules, meaning everything goes. So I want to see Stone Cold Steve Austin come in there with some Budweisers, tossing Kelsey a couple of Budweisers. They're slamming the Budweisers. They're jumping in the ring. They're jumping on The Rock and Roman Reigns, helping Cody win. That would be a big story. It fits. I can totally see it's right down to WWE's alley.
Mm-hmm.
No, it would not shock me if he popped in there. I mean, you think about all the celebrities from back in the days, from Muhammad Ali and Snooki from Jersey Shore to
that's so random.
Shaquille O'Neal. Snooki blew my mind. She blew my mind. It's one of my favorite moments was when she did like the triple backflip in the ring. Still blows my mind right to this day. To Donald Trump being in WrestleMania, Liberace, you name it. The biggest names of Floyd Mayweather. We already mentioned The Rock. They always have some celebrity get involved.
Mm-hmm.
And Kelsey, big bruising guy, fun loving,
like a big teddy bear.
You can't picture him pounding beers while picking The Rock up and slamming The Rock. You can't picture that. Him with his shirt off. We got a Philadelphia Eagles hat on, and maybe he has a jersey on or something like that, hitting Roman Reigns. Absolutely, I can see this happening.
Yeah, that would be a show for sure.
And that's the thing. Wrestling, I never call wrestling fake. Wrestling is physically, it's scripted, choreographed violence. Mm-hmm. And you can't see him in a scripted, choreographed, violent situation. He's a football player. He's a center. He's a big mm-hmm. dude. He's not a small guy. He's a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
Running around with a bunch of other big dudes running around. It fits.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm 100% team Kelsey WrestleMania. Matter of fact, bring in Jason and Travis, and bring them all in. Mama Kelsey too.
Travis is going to be busy. He's going on tour.
Yes, I say bring them all. Bring the whole Kelsey clan in there if it's up to me.
Oh, goodness. Alrighty, guys. Well, with that, we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to dive into our rendition of Thirsty Thursday. So make sure you guys stick around, and we will be right back.
For the best and latest podcasts available anywhere, go to the podcast app on your cell phone and type in GSMC to access free content-rich podcasts on health and wellness, book reviews, sports, entertainment, relationships, social media, movies, technology, finance, and even weird news. Subscribe and download the GSMC Podcast Network's family of shows, available everywhere podcasts are found.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Earlier, we were talking about the Kelsey brothers and what they are up to at the moment, and now we're going to dive into our Thirsty Thursday segment for today. Alrighty. Now, since I had so much trouble finding something that was going to fit this segment, I want y'all to bear with me, okay?
Oh, wow. See, I have no clue what she found. So, do I have to bear with you too? Then?
I feel like this fits, but I mean, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Anyway, it's a funny little story. So either way, you know, I think we all win no matter what, except for this person. But so, I found this story on Reddit. It said, I don't know if this is funny or uncomfortable, but I was very new to my current city, and I had a guy suggest we head to a cool bar. I knew a few places in that area. There's an indie rock club, hotel right near there, and I literally never been to anything X-rated. I've always lived where X-rated stuff was somewhat seedy. So I didn't even pause when the place with blackout windows was where he led me. Anyhow, it was a strip club. I'm not sure why I didn't just bail the minute we were inside, but I stuck it out. He offered to buy me a lap dance, and I apparently made an older dancer's night by selecting her. So I got my first lap dance, and I mostly asked her questions about her job, like it was a dance, but just chatting the way I would with a girlfriend. Then when he was going to get one, she told me to tell him to select a girl who was having a bad night. So I helped two ladies out get some extra money, and well, now I've been to a strip club and lived to tell the tale. So for me, I picked this for Thirsty Thursday because the guy took a girl out on a date and then took her to a strip club, and I don't know what he expected to happen by taking a girl to a strip club. So I thought it was funny.
Okay. This happens more often than you would imagine.
No, I know. I have.
I don't understand. Okay. I want your insight on this one. I don't understand it, but I know so many guys that have taken girls to strip clubs.
I work with a guy. They're not together anymore, but I work with a guy who used to take his ex-girlfriend to the strip club where I live. And he said that she liked going to the strip club, and so they went to the strip club together. I don't know. That's not me.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not throwing no shade at you or anything like that.
I would never.
But I know so many people that have taken their girl to a strip club. I've known girls who have gone to strip clubs as well. Strip clubs have never been my thing. Mm-hmm. I'm not just saying that just because I have you as my show host, but I always felt like...
He's saying that because he's on air right now in the show.
No!
I'm just kidding.
There's enough out there for me. But I've always looked out there, and I always feel like strip clubs, I'm feeling like something hypocrite saying this, are boring.
They're boring. Okay.
Yes. Okay, here's my thing. You go there, it's like, whoa, like you get to see everything, and it's like great, but it's like you can't do anything with it. It's just sitting up there. After a while, it's just like whoop-dee. It's like going to the beach, and maybe because I can, if I want to see someone topless, I can just go down to the beach over there, and there'll be somebody down there. So it's never really been my thing, but I don't understand. Like, some guys swear by it. It's like, it's so awesome. Oh, she's a keeper. We went to the strip club together, and she got lap dances and I got lap dances. And I'm like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
And this is a first date?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Faith. All right, sister Faith. Now I know we got family watching this one. I know the family watching the show, so they're not putting your business out in the street.
Mm-hmm.
But if you went on a date, you're going on a date, and it's like, oh, this guy's fantastic. We went and had drinks first, and then we decided to go to dinner, and then dinner's at a strip club.
Dinner at a strip club? Okay, first of all.
Wait. I keep hearing this from a lot of people, especially where you're from, that how the strip clubs in Atlanta has the best food in the world.
They're lying.
I'm serious. People swear. Matter of fact, a player got in trouble because I think during the bubble, during 2020, he left and went to a strip club in Atlanta because the food was so good. There was some player, they started calling him Lemon Pepper Lou because these wings were so delicious.
Food was so good. Yeah, I'm sure. That's a great cover-up story. Going to a strip club and you say, but the food's so good there. That's why I went. What a load of crap.
Look, I'm dead serious. People talk. Do me a favor while you're looking, maybe.
That's like people saying they go to Hooters for the food. They don't go to Hooters for the food. Who goes to Hooters for the food?
I've been to Hooters for the food. That's just okay. But look up strip clubs in Atlanta and food. It's like world renowned. People know about this. I think it's weird that supposedly some of the best restaurants in Atlanta are strip clubs. Weird, right? Are you seeing anything?
Yes, I'm seeing stuff. These people are lying. They're lying.
You see, I didn't make it up, right? I'm not making it up.
They're lying. They say the food's good, but they know why they're there. This has been
known worldwide. They've been talking about this for years about how amazing the food
is. These people are lying. I'm sorry. I don't believe anybody. Up, right? Yeah. But I don't believe anybody that's like, yeah, I go to the strip club for the food. You can find somewhere else, I'm sure, that has the same wings.
I don't know. Like I said, I keep remembering. I don't even remember who the guy is. They kept calling him Lemon Pepper Lou because he went there so much. There are celebrities. I think it's James Harden owns a booth at a strip club. Nobody can sit when he's not there. That booth is only for him. It's empty when he's not there. They're buying booths and owning the booth at the strip club because they're so popular. And the people are bringing their girls and things like that. So on a date, you're having a great date. This guy could be the one. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna take you to this place here. You're thinking it's like some like cocktail bar or something like that. And you walk in and it's strippers, wall to wall strippers. How are you reacting to that? You know what the do's,
see
right?
Ya. Deuces.
Yes.
I can't.
Go ahead,
I'm
please.
sorry. Like, I am a woman who supports women and do whatever you want to do and make your money however you want to. But if a guy is interested in me and wants to take me out on a date, I don't want to go somewhere where he's going to be looking at other women. Maybe that's just me, but I don't want to go on a date, especially a first date with a guy to a strip club. Like,
it's the wings. It's
not the wings.
You're getting taken there because the food is so quality, Faith. It's forget about the service. The food is at that level. I don't.
That's cap.
You are like, that is straight cap. That is hilarious. Because you didn't know about this. Me telling you this sounds like a bogus story, right?
Well, that's like people telling me all the time, like, Hooters wings are the best. I've been to Hooters. Hooters wings are okay. They're not anything to write home about.
Hooters wings are the ultimate okay. You know what I mean? That's like Hooters wings is the C average student in the world of wings.
They get the job done, but they're not the best wings I've ever had in my entire life. And so for people to be like men being like, "Oh, I just go to Hooters for the wings. I don't go for the girls." You're lying.
You know what? Here's the thing, though. I've been to Hooters. I've never gone to Hooters for the girls. Not one time in my life, ever. But I'm going to keep it real with you. I don't think like, oh man, let me go to Hooters for food. It's always, when I think about it, being honest, it's always some guy like, hey, why don't we go to lunch? Let's go to Hooters. I never suggest Hooters. Someone's always suggesting Hooters. Or, hey, we're meeting up with so-and-so. We're going to go to Hooters. I don't get the excitement about Hooters either. But
what
then
do you mean
again,
you don't get the excitement?
I don't get the excitement about Hooters. It's rare that you
girls
see
in short shorts and low-cut tops.
Maybe you know what? My life is different than everyone else, than many others. I live in a beach town where people are in bikinis walking past, and maybe I'm a little different. I've never understood the excitement about Hooters in general, and the food. I have never had anything at Hooters that I'm like, oh man, dude, you gotta get them wings from Hooters. Man.
Yeah.
Like, I think lots of Wingstop. You can stop in the Wingstop. Those are fast food wings.
The place I work at
exponentially better than Hooters.
The place I work at, those wings are bussin'. They're so good. Those wings are so good where I work at.
You want me to tell you something though? Wings in Portugal suck. They're horrible.
Duh.
Oh my God. Oh man.
They're not Americified.
There's just some garbage wings around here that I went to this place and I'm like, oh man, they got wings, American style wings. I'm like, oh, let me get a double order of those. There was no sauce on there. They had like a little teaspoon of sauce on the side. It was just fried up wings, and they were like sadly fried, and it was just like, oh, I shed a tear to them. It took a moment of silence.
Because Red 40's banned there. How do you think that wing sauce gets so orange?
That is, oh my God, Faith, that is so true. If you can't get a little dab of yellow 5 and a little orange 40 on that bad boy, it ain't tasting good. See,
it ain't for me.
This conversation right here is the Tate effect on you. It totally is. This is something, not a conversation you would have had. But back to the whole thing about, I don't get someone, especially on a first date.
That's not how you keep girl.
Well, okay.
The type
people say about keeping it real. And maybe they just love the strip bar and they got to take all their girls to the strip bar because that's what I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not my thing. You do not, no girl that's ever gone on a date with me have to worry about, hey, we ended up at the strip club afterwards. And I don't care how good those wings are. You know what
lying.
I mean? You thought I was making that up about how.
No, I don't think that you're making it up. I just know those people are lying.
I mean, Atlanta, especially because you're from that area. Atlanta is that's what people talk about is, oh, you want the best food in Atlanta, you got to go to the strip clubs. That's where the best food in Atlanta is at.
Y'all will never catch me in a strip club in Atlanta. I'm just going to let you know that.
Yeah,
I don't care if the wings are good or not.
Don't be
Y'all will never catch me there.
Do not be trying to take Faith to no strip club. Granted, Faith is now off the market, so
I've been off the market for a while.
Yeah, we're not trying to break up no happy homes or anything. But yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And back to this, Atlanta is the only place that I know where the strip club food is notorious or infamous. You don't hear that anywhere else, but you hear it about Atlanta and their food and their strip clubs and their wings. You don't. Dallas has the most strip clubs in the country. No place has more strip clubs than Dallas. But you don't hear about the food in Dallas. No, only in Atlanta. What are they doing? Do they sprinkle, not only do the strippers have glitter, but the food got glitter on it too? What are they doing?
Maybe it's good, soul cooking in there. I don't know.
I think you're on something when you said cat.
I think people are lying. That's what I think.
Someone came up with an ingenious marketing plan, Faith.
Saying the wings are good, yeah.
Tell everybody the food is so good. So if they're at the strip club, it's like, no, this was in Atlanta. He truly went there for the food, not the girls. That's a marketing campaign. It's like what happens in Vegas, stay in Vegas. When you go to Atlanta, you go there to get the food. I think that's kind of their point.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, with that, we are going to close out our show for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Andrew Tate Show, presented by GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to subscribe to the show and leave a positive review. It really does make a difference. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. Thank you once again. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you tomorrow. Peace.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great.